Good afternoon, ladies. Thank you very much for coming. And if you guys don't already know who I am, some of you know, my name's Jennifer Hemmelrick, and I am the Service Unit Manager and I've been a Girl Scout forever, since 1978. Okay. I know over the last couple of days we've had some really icky weather, right? It's been cold, kind of snowy, sleety, but it doesn't make you think about how camping comes up. I know some of you girls are going to go to day camp. Some of you girls are going to go to summer camp over at S.W.A.P.s and maybe stay there for a whole week. Who knows? But I want you leaders to just imagine this. Your girls go off to camp, they meet a new person, and they get to be real good friends, and then that new person just asks them, hey, let's go swap. But your girl doesn't know what to do because they have no idea what a swap is. So today, I'm going to let you know a little bit about what swapping is. I learned about swapping back in 1981 when I went to Camp Kansas for the very first time when I was a junior. I have fallen in love with swapping, and I've done it ever since. So today, what I'm going to tell you today is what swap means, a little history behind how swapping started. I'm also going to let you know about what my troop did to get really excited about swapping, and also a little bit about swap etiquette. You ready? Let's get started. Okay. What does swap mean? Swap means special, whatchamacallit, specially pinned somewhere. It also may be called shared with a pal. S.W.A.P. Very simple. It is something very small that you can attach with a safety pin and you share with a friend. It's called different things in different parts of the country. That's why there's different ways to say what swap means. Remember, special, whatchamacallit, affectionately pinned somewhere, or share with pal. Very simple. Okay, so now that you guys know what swap means, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history of it. Girls, you guys remember at our service unit thing that we had last month, I gave the girls a little trinket at the end of the thing? Okay, I'll tell you exactly why I gave those to them at the end. Girl Scouting traditions, a lot of them have a Native American background to them, and swapping started back a long time ago. The Native Americans used to have gatherings, and they used to give gifts to the people who come to celebrate birth or death or coming of age ceremonies or just gatherings. And what happened was the swap, they would make elaborate gifts to give to the people who came to their festival. And they may be really elaborate. Sometimes they were carved canoes, sometimes they were beads that were carved really neatly, baskets or flowery things. And Girl Scouts, and they gave it to them when they were leaving. So that, that's kind of like why I gave mine to the girls as they were leaving our service unit event. Girl Scouting started swapping back at the first known swapping in Girl Scouting was at the first original national roundup back in the 1950s. So, and it started back then. Girls would just get together and they would make little trinkets, share with each other, and it would remind them what their friends were later on. They'd go home and they'd say, oh yeah, I remember this came from this person, or I remember this came from another person. My troop started swapping when they wanted to do the collecting hobbies badge for juniors. And one of the requirements for that was to start a collection. Some of the girls had already had like coin collections or stamp collections, and I knew that some of the girls were going to summer camp over the summer for a whole week, and I remember what it was like when I went to camp, and I didn't know what swapping was either. And I was a little embarrassed because I didn't have anything to give to the other girls. So I went online, looked at some swapping websites to get some ideas of what to make, and I found this website called, it's a Yahoo group that's called Girl Scout All-State Swap. So to make it a little interesting, my girls decided, to see if they can collect a swap from every state in the United States. It was really cool. They were like, yeah, that would be kind of cool to get something from everybody. We contacted a troop from another state, and if they had 15 in their troop, we made 15 swaps, sent it to them, and they made however many swaps we had in our troop, and each troop got their own. We made this map, and every time we got a new swap from another state, we taped it on, and every time we had a meeting, the girls were like, did we get any this time? You know, they were so excited about it. It was really great. We also made this booklet that had it's got 50 slots in it, and it's got one for every state in the United States as well. And they thought that was pretty cool, too. And what we ended up doing is we ended up making 600 swaps to send out. I think it was over 600 swaps to send out. We made these little bags of wheat that were from our local area. It was from the elevator there, and we put them in these little bitty bags that look like this, little bags this size. And so they got a little piece of canvas sent to all over the United States. It was pretty cool. Here's a sample of one of ours that we had, like that. Sometimes we made little shrinky dinks. Sometimes we made sunflowers, so the canvas of the sunflower state. And it was pretty cool when they get one in. They got to say what their favorites were. One of my favorites is Idaho, because Idaho is the potato state. You think of Idaho potatoes, and it's really simple. What it is, it's over here. It's just a cotton ball wrapped up in pantyhose, and it's glued together onto a little piece of thing, and it's got the state's name on there, and on the back of it, it's got the troop number of where it came from, and I just thought that was really cool. Another thing I thought was real cool was Arkansas, right here. It says the capital of Arkansas, and it's got this little rock there. Get it? Little Rock, Arkansas? Yeah. I thought that was cool, too. Hawaii was really cool because it was this lei. Everybody knew what a lei looked like, and they thought that was really neat. We learned a lot of new things when we did it. I did not know that the first toothbrush, it's over in this country, over here somewhere, Maryland, right here. Yes, the first toothbrush was made in Maryland. Who knew? So that's something that they knew. That was something that they were known for. So they sent us a little bitty toothbrush. And this is another really cool one that I like. It was, you know those Kool-Aid burst drinks they had? The tops of it twisted off. They painted them red and put little eyeballs on them for Maine, because Maine was known for their lobster. And it looks good. Look at it. It looks just like a lobster, doesn't it? That's what I thought was real cool about that. Anyway, there's a lot of different things, a lot of things we learned about. Nevada has dice and these little bitty deck of cards glued on them. And it was just really cool. The girls got to learn a lot about it. The other things that I wanted to tell you about, you know, since they had so much fun learning about different states, collecting things, I wanted to give you a little etiquette, the do's and don'ts, what you should do with swapping, what you shouldn't do with swapping. Swap should be small, not very big. About, some of them are pretty big. I wouldn't go any more than 1.5 inches. You know, you want to have little, because you can get a whole bunch. You want to have some place to carry them. Some people have hats they put their swaps on. Some people have like necklaces that they can pin them onto, or a vest. And you want to keep your swaps separate from the ones that you hand out. The ones that you receive, you want to have them separate. You don't want to give a swap that somebody has given you to another girl that's at the same place that you're at, because that's just rude. If somebody gives you a swap that you don't want, or you already have one, Girl Scouts, the best way to do it would be to just smile and say, oh, thank you, because it would hurt the other girl's feelings to not be able to give you the swap that they made. Another thing that you need to know about swapping is they need to be personal. They have to have a meaning to them. You want to have something behind it, whether it's something Girl Scout related, like this s'more, not s'more. We went roasted marshmallows. Got the roasted marshmallow on a stick. We did it at a camp out. My girls enjoyed doing that. We had a bug event last month, and you guys got a green leaf that had a ladybug on it. Well, I got a ladybug one time. This is from Delaware, because Delaware is the ladybug state. I didn't know that. But it will remind me all the time, every time we do things. You can get swaps from other countries too. Like, I've got several of them that are, this one's from Greece. They are Greece Mori beads. And I've got something from China. I sent off, and they sent me stuff back, and I thought it was really cool. And every girl got to have their own too. It was really neat. Leaders, it's best that you don't make the swap for your girls, because it's better if the girls make them themselves. It's more personal that way. And I just wish to have such a fun time learning about swapping and stuff like that. Does anybody have any questions?
How did you come up with your idea? It's like the marshmallow on a little, it looks like a white bead.
It is a white bead. It's a white bead and a little twig, and I glued it on the end. I mean, imagination is the key. When I made the leaf, the ladybug's the pistachio shell that I had painted, and it's kind of, sometimes you can go online. There's a lot of websites out there that you can say, oh, I wonder what I can make for this. But it's pretty neat. Does anybody else have any other questions?
How long has swapping been going on?
For Girl Scouts itself, swapping's going around, known since the 50s. It may have been going on earlier than that. Like I said earlier, the Native Americans had a swap kind of like thing too. You can give swaps out to people without getting one in return, like I did for you guys at our event last month. So, yes.
There are no swaps that doesn't have, is there a state that doesn't swap?
Well, we were fortunate enough to was able to get a swap from every state, all 50 states. It was pretty cool. When we got the last one, and we started it back in 2003, November 1st, 2003, is when we started it, and we finally got our last one on May 31st, 2005. So it took about a year and a half to get all 50 states. It took a while, but it was kind of fun. I mean, does it sound like something you would like to do? Yeah. Okay, so basically, I just want to conclude a little bit so we can get the points out. We talked about, so now everybody should know what SWAPs means. Something special, there's a special whatchamacallit, affectionately pinned somewhere, or share with a pal. You also know a little history about it, how the Native Americans started the swapping process and how it started off with the original roundup for Girl Scouts. You also found out a little bit about how my troop liked to do it, and a little bit of etiquette. Now, if you need to know any more about the etiquette, girlscouts.org has a section for it, for swaps, and also makingfriends.com. It's an awesome place to be able to go for swapping and other crafting ideas. So, that's it. I hope you guys can take this knowledge that I have given you and take it towards your troop and maybe do some swapping yourself. Don't turn off yet. I need to give it all in one shot.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Okay, here's my audience. I have, oh, wait a minute. We'll start on this side. Sorry. Okay, you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm Joyce Kalf, and I'm a Girl Scout leader for Daisies and Brownies.
I am Beverly Gould, and I am an assistant leader.
All right, that's good enough.
I am Gina Ricker, and I'm also an assistant leader for the Browns. Linda Chambers, assistant leader for Daisies.
Girls, you want to say your name? No? You can if you want to. No? You want to say your name?
Maylin Winston.
Thank you. You want to say your name?
My name is Aurora Winston. I'm in Donald Dress Club.
Awesome. Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye.